What is the timeline for everything? That is one of the most common questions that I get from prospective students who are starting to think about applying to top business master's programs. And honestly, it is the right question to be asking because timeline is what determines whether you will end up with a strong application or a rushed one. So today I'm walking you through the 4 timeline scenarios that I use with every student I work with so you can see where you stand and what's realistic for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Caitlin, an Oxford MBA and admissions consultant. I've helped hundreds of students win interviews and offers to attend all of the top business schools in the world. Here's the truth that most applicants don't want to hear. It typically takes between 1 to 2 years to build an application that is genuinely competitive for a top business school. If you are applying with less than 1 year to prepare, you are at a significant disadvantage because other applicants have taken the extra time to improve their narrative, get higher test score, build on their experiences, and make every part of their applications as strong as they can be. That doesn't mean that shorter timelines are impossible. It simply means that you need to know which scenario you're in and what the trade-offs are. So let me walk you through the 4 scenarios. The first scenario is that you are 1.5 years out from your application deadline. That is the ideal scenario. In this scenario, you have time to start your GMAT or GRE prep early. Typically, it will take around 6 months or more, up to 1.5 years, for applicants to achieve competitive GMAT and GRE scores. You have time to develop your narrative properly, which will usually take 2 to 4 months when it's done well. You have time to research and finalize your school list, to brief your recommenders, to take the TOEFL or the IELTS if you need to, and to write your essays without having to worry about every other piece of your application because you will have already done most of them. This is the scenario where you're not trying to compress anything. Everything gets the time that it takes. And you have a buffer for retakes, revisions, and life events that will inevitably come up. If you can give yourself this much runway, do it. Your application will be measurably stronger because of it. The second scenario is 1 year out. Now, this is still a strong timeline, but it is tighter. In this scenario, your GMAT or GRE prep is happening in parallel with your narrative work. School list research will get compressed to a couple of months. You're starting essays in month 6 or 7, briefing your recommenders shortly after that, and aiming to submit by month 10, 11, or 12. This works, but it works if everything goes right the first time because you don't have much space for a lot of GMAT retakes. You don't have much room to pivot your narrative if your initial direction isn't landing, and you definitely don't have much room for adding schools because you'll get too late into the process. If you're in this scenario, then the goal is to be deliberate with sequencing. So do your foundational work first, which is your narrative, your school list, and test prep. Do all of that before you even touch an essay. The third scenario is when you are 6 months out. Now, this is where things get aggressive. A 6-month timeline only works if you're walking in with significant work already done. Maybe you already have a competitive GMAT or GRE score. Maybe you've been developing your narrative through your professional life and it just needs to be articulated. And maybe you've been researching schools for years. If none of that is true and you're starting from 0 with 6 months to go, you're at a real disadvantage. Now, you can still apply, but just be honest with yourself about how badly you want to get into these schools and what you're willing to do to put your best foot forward. This is where I tell my students, don't apply to the top business schools just for the sake of applying. Because if you don't get in, you will now be a reapplicant, and there's a lot more work that goes into making a strong case as a reapplicant. So I encourage you to be strategic and take the time to improve those parts of your application that you know could be stronger. The fourth scenario is when you're 3 months out from your deadlines. This is now a sprint. I want to be direct with you here. If you are 3 months out from your deadline and you do not already have your competitive test score, your narrative, your school list, and your recommenders all lined up, this is not a competitive timeline for top programs. You can go forward, but you will be working under extreme stress. And that stress diminishes our brain's ability to make the best decisions. That leads to more mistakes, impulsive decisions, and reduced focus, which is exactly what you don't want when you're writing essays that need to communicate something thoughtful and specific about who you are. If you're in this scenario, then my honest advice is usually to consider waiting for another application cycle, because very rarely does waiting that extra year have a meaningful negative impact on your career. But applying before you're ready can significantly lower your chances of admission. And it is going to be harder for you later to do the work to prove to admissions committees that if you were rejected and you now are a reapplicant, that you have significantly evolved since the time they said no to you. Here's the part of the conversation that most applicants don't want to hear, but every single one of them faces. Every applicant who gets into a top business school pays a price, financial and non-financial. The students I've worked with who got in after only 6 months of us working together had done significant work before they found me. No one gets a free pass. At some point in your application process, you'll probably ask yourself, is this worth it? That's a defining moment, and I would encourage you to have the courage to walk away if your answer is genuinely no. Or have the courage to double down and keep going in your application until it is genuinely competitive. Both ways can be right. So those are the 4 timelines. Scenario A and B are the most ideal. Scenario C can work if you have a head start. And scenario D, I will very rarely ever recommend. So wherever you are in the process, the most important thing to know is which scenario you're in and what the trade-offs are. Managing all of this, your tasks, the timeline, your deadlines for different programs, is genuinely hard. So I've been building a tool that helps you with exactly that. And I'll be opening up early access in the coming months. So I would encourage you to subscribe so that you don't miss it. Thanks for spending time with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.